Canada gave us some banger shows back in the day. 16, Total Drama, Johnny Test, Stoked, Detentionaire, love that show down bad, and Clone High. One show I didn't know existed in the Canadian universe was Braceface. The show ended in 2004 and most likely didn't have reruns by the time I was able to use a TV remote myself. So today I'm seeing if I was a kid in 2004 and not busy being born in 2004, would have I enjoyed this show as a kid? Hello all in the land of YouTube and welcome back to my channel. My name is XLizandriaX and today we are going to dive into the first episode of Braceface and see what the show is all about. But fun fact about me, from 2018 to 2020, I myself had braces. So I know what it's like to be a Braceface as well and being a young teen and the awkwardness of having braces. Okay, enough with that jibber jabber and let's review the first episode. Well, the episode actually starts with a sequence, and I do think the visuals are cute and showcases the craziness of what we're about to get into, but I don't like the blondness of the theme song. It just sounds so lazy, and granted, it might be Sharon who's supposed to be singing her own theme song, but I just personally don't like it. But it does sound very 2001, so it is a product of its time, so that's a little bit of a perk. After the opening sequence, we actually get narration from Sharon herself, and she just introduces herself and her inner circle and how she knows them and their personalities. I would describe Connor as Cameron from Total Drama, like a bubble boy, allergic to stuff, scared of stuff, you know, that type of archetype. And then her friend Maria, I would describe her as a toned down Nikki from 16. She's not as cutthroat, and I think she is a bit more tolerable for some people because she's not as ruthless as Nikki. As goes for her rival Nina, I've noticed that in kids shows sometimes they make the rival and or antagonist look just like or very similar to the protagonist. I do think that was very intentional because Nina and Sharon actually used to be friends. And then her crush Alden, he's just a typical chill guy. You know, there's nothing crazy about his character, honestly. This episode, they are talking about the upcoming school dance that will take place soon. Nina sees Alden walk in and think that he's going for her when he's really going for Sharon. He indirectly asks Sharon to the dance and she says yes. She goes home and she's super excited about it. And we then get a narration about her mom. Her mom comes in and lets her know that a spot at the orthodontist opened up. So now she has to get braces and she'll be wearing them for the next couple of years. And Sharon is very upset about this. Cut to the next scene and they set it up like getting braces is a horrible thing and it's evil and scary. And yes, it can be scary to get braces, but it's not evil nor horrible. But this is about to change her life in a new way. But by the way, by the time I had braces, a lot of other kids in middle and in high school had braces and it was not taboo or weird. But I think braces in 2001 was so niche and with the whole headgear stuff. So I can understand her a bit in this timeline of the early 2000s because a lot of people didn't have them and or they just probably couldn't afford them. And during the process, the power does go out and Sharon's mouth actually gets really hot and the orthodontist just brushes it off. And when Sharon sees her new smile, she's not really feeling it, obviously.
Adam, what are you doing?
You were in my way and I'm hungry.
You guys, the Canadian voice acting world is so small because the voice actor for Adam actually voices Jeff from Total Drama, multiple appearances in 16, and other Canadian cartoons. As soon as I heard the voice, I immediately went, that's Jeff. Adam taunts Sharon about her braces and she is still saddened by them. Later, we hear like a wire up of some kind and it's Adam's voice talking to one of his buddies. But when Sharon opens her mouth, she can hear the conversation. And of course, this freaks her out. So she runs to go tell her mom, but of course, she's not being taken seriously. Next day at school, Maria and Connor are talking about the dance and Sharon comes over to show them her new braces and they are shocked by them. Next scene, Sharon is in the bathroom and Nina sees her braces and teases and presses her about them and Alden not wanting to be seen with her. Of course, this is just to get in her head and she leaves the bathroom and she actually runs into Alden, but she never verbally talks to him because she is embarrassed of her braces. It's picture day as well at school and of course the photographer is being so annoying.
Come on, let's see your real smile, huh? That's all you got from me, beautiful? Come on, I know you can do better. Say cheese ball, huh? I might just have to bring out Smiley the puppet to cheer you up.
Like, just be quiet and take the picture. And as Sharon smiles, the camera breaks. Ah, yes, just make a girl more insecure, they say. Next scene, she talks to her orthodontist about it, but once again, he brushes her off as well. Meanwhile, in the B plot, Connor and Maria are practicing for the dance, and he just keeps sneezing in Maria's face. Like, I would give him something to sneeze about if he kept sneezing in my face, because ain't nobody teach you to cover your mouth when you sneeze? You ain't never been taught that? Come on now. Be so for real. No. At Nina's house, she's making copies of Sharon, and it goes around the school. And of course, this is supposed to deter Alden from going to the dance with Sharon.
Nobody. Who are you? Are you nobody too? Then there's a pair of us. Don't tell.
When I heard this, I thought about Olivia from Lemonade Mouth.
Who are you? Are you nobody too? That would be a yes.
While Maria is presenting her assignment, when Sharon opens her mouth, she hears the wire noises again and she ignores it, but when she opens her mouth again, she hears Nina talking to Alden. Okay. Now these kids are in school and in class. Why are they talking to one another when they need to be learning? This genuinely honestly irritates me. And then by the end of the phone call, Nina is going to shoo away the teacher. If I was the teacher, I would have written her up for having an active conversation in my class and shooing me away. Because girl, who you think you shooing away? I'm the adult. Okay, come on now. I am your teacher and I'm trying to make sure you don't fall behind. Be so for real. Anyways, Nina is trying to talk to Alden out of going with Sharon to the dance because of her braces, and she says that she's hurting and she has scabs to make Sharon seem gross, but Alden still wants to clear the air with Sharon first before he makes any decisions. Sharon runs out of class and goes to the class Alden is in. She hears Alden talking, but it's that trope of she didn't stay all the way to listen to the full story, because after she runs away, Alden says that Nina isn't his type. Bro, you just had to stay for 5 more seconds. That was all. As Sharon is in the bathroom, Maria wants to know what's going on, and Sharon just gives this frazzled answer about everything that's been going on, including the things with Nina and Alden. But Maria encourages her and says that braces are everywhere, and Alden has a thing for her, so she don't need to be worrying about Nina. Later after school, Sharon calls Alden to clear her name, but as soon as she talks to him, her braces interrupts her conversation and Alden can't hear anything on the other line, so he just hangs up. Sharon calls Maria and explains that things are over, but Maria, of course, gives Sharon something else to look at. So then she calls Connor. Dang, all these phone calls. Ain't y'all using up your minutes or something? Anyways, but she calls Connor and asks to go to the dance with her, but he doesn't pick up the phone because he's practicing on his moves. Next scene, we cut to the dance and Sharon ends up going with Connor and she makes sure he's fine because, well, he's a bubble boy. Honestly, like, all these outfits are so cute. Like, we were not dressing like this in middle or high school. But Connor is over there getting his groove on and it catches Alden's attention. But Nina doesn't want him looking that way. They crown king and queen and it's Nina and Connor. And Nina is not happy about it because she doesn't want to dance the dance with Connor. And Alden was about to head to Sharon, but Nina swoops him away. In her imagination, she uses her braces to fry Nina, but she tries to look on the bright side of things and they dance the night away. Okay, so just a couple of extra thoughts that I would want to elaborate on when it comes to Braceface. So actually in my Ed and Eddie video, I actually started out with saying that when I was a kid, I wasn't really a Cartoon Network kid, and how like a lot of certain animations just did not settle right with me. But I will say, Braceface is not one of those shows. Like, I do think that little me would have actually appreciated the animation style of the show because it's kind of like reminiscent of like a 2000s website, or not similar, but kind of like cousins to like Maya and Miguel. And I liked Maya and Miguel as a kid. So I would definitely say like Braceface in its animation style, I do actually appreciate it because it's not ugly. It doesn't hurt my eyes. So I know little me would have appreciated it. Now it's time to get into like the plot, characters of the show. I will say that as a 22-year-old person, I genuinely am not feeling these characters either. I'm not attached to the show. Obviously, I am not the target demographic, but you can still not be the target demographic of a show and still enjoy it. Like Ed, Edd n Eddy, you guys, I love that show. That show is funny. But Braceface, I'm just not feeling these shows because I do think all of them are like super annoying. And granted, they are in like high school, and when you're in high school, you can be quite annoying. So they are getting on my nerves, especially like Nina. Like, she's just getting on my nerves, you know, typical mean girl. And they just had to give her red hair. Like, I just hate that. I'm not really connected with the characters. And I did watch the second episode just to be sure. And I'm not even feeling the second episode. I'm genuinely like not feeling this show whatsoever. And I think also the theme song just throws me off too, because I don't really like the theme song either. No, I'm not really feeling this show at all. So now if I were to look at like little me, like if I was 8 years old watching Braceface, I gotta be honest, I also wouldn't really like this show either. Braceface would definitely be one of those shows that I would just like say like, okay, there's no other good show on the TV guide, but Good Luck Charlie about to come on next. So let me watch the last 5 minutes of Braceface, and then I'll go watch some Good Luck Charlie. That's what Braceface would have been to me as a kid. Well, ain't nothing good on the TV, but Braceface is like, that's tolerable enough. So I'll just watch the last 5 minutes, and then I'll go watch that new episode of Good Luck Charlie. That's what Braceface is for me. It's not necessarily a show that I really want to get into or know about the characters or the plot line. And I actually learned about Braceface because of the problematic stuff with the show. I haven't watched any of those videos, but I will say that like I do know that Braceface has become problematic and some of their episodes have been problematic. So I would definitely love to watch like the problematic episodes. But other than like that, I don't really want to watch this show. I don't feel anything to it. I don't feel like I missed out on this show. I'm actually kind of glad I didn't watch it and wasted my time on it, because I don't like it. It's not saying that it's a bad show. It's just not a show for me. And I know that as an 8-year-old little girl, this show would have not been for me as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, especially subscribe. And I hope that you guys have a great day. Bye.